it's a rough life. Living up to Lassie, it's a rough life. Trying to be so classy when I'm going through the garbage for a midday snack. Knowing I'm in trouble when the folks get back. It's a rough life. When fleas live on your belly, it's a rough life. When people call you smelly, I'm developing a complex. I might need a shrink. They blame me every time that something starts to stink. It's a rough life. Begging for a cookie is a rough life. Never getting nookie. They chase me from the kitchen when I start to beg. They think that I'm perverted when I hug their leg.
Hi, welcome to the show. My name is Jesse Goldberg, and my guest today is Pete Abeles, but it's spelled Abeles.
That's correct.
Right, but it's Abeles.
It's Abeles.
But I'm told to call you Otto.
That's right.
Right? So why am I calling you Otto now?
That's my middle name.
Otto is your middle name.
Yes.
So tell me about yourself, and where are you from?
I was born in Vienna, Austria. I grew up in Chicago.
Right.
And then I moved to Maryland, and now I live half a year in Maryland and half a year in Naples, Florida.
Naples, Florida. So why you're here to tell us about your escape from the Holocaust, right?
Yes.
So what happened? Tell us. Start right there.
In 1938, Hitler marched into Vienna, and I was standing at the window looking out.
And how old were you in 1938?
7.
7. So you were born in 1931?
That's correct.
What day?
July 27th.
Man, you're older than Mickey Mantle was.
Is that right?
Yeah, Mickey Mantle was born October 20th. Everybody should know that, right?
Right.
Okay. Remember Mickey Mantle, right?
Oh, of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Right.
So Hitler came, and I was looking out the window, and they had loudspeakers on all the lampposts. And he was yelling, screaming, and the people across the street started hanging Nazi flags out the window.
Because they were taking over Austria.
Yes, yes.
Right.
And the neighbors that we thought we knew, we didn't know because they turned Nazi when he came in.
Now, you were Jewish.
Yes.
Right? So you still are Jewish? Right?
Yes.
Okay. So your neighbors, were they Jewish too?
Well, there were some Jewish neighbors.
Right.
But the people that were excited about it, of course, weren't Jewish.
Right, and they were excited because they were excited.
Well, they thought it was great that Hitler took over.
Right.
And the first key thing that happened was that about 3 months after they took over, they came into my father's business, asked for the keys and the combination to the safe, and threw him out the door. And
what was his business?
he was in a wholesale shoe business.
Okay.
And he had to walk home. They took the cars and everything. The second bad incident was the Nazis caught my mother on the street and made her take her coat off and scrub the street.
How did they know she was Jewish?
We had to wear
your armbands or something? Right.
And she became so traumatized by that she didn't go out of the house for months and months. And one day she decided that she wanted me to commit suicide with her. And we were home alone, and she forced me to go into the kitchen, and she opened the oven door and turned on the gas, and just then my grandmother walked in and saw what was happening and stopped it. But it was very traumatic.
What was the ratio of Jews to other people in Austria in that time?
I can't answer that.
You don't know that, but you were 7 years old. You have pretty vivid memories for 7 years old.
Yeah, I don't know what I ate for lunch the other day.
Right, but you remember 7 years old. So what happened after that?
Well, my father had no income.
Right.
And so we had to start selling things to live. And my grandmother would come over, and she would go to the Jewish Community Center and pick up food for us. And my father was leery of going out in the street because he was 6'2" and had blue eyes. And Jews weren't supposed to be tall and have blue eyes. And one day they came knocked on the door, 3 SS men. And my mother opened the door and they asked for money. And she said, my husband handles the finances. So they said, where is he? She said, he's out. They said, we'll wait. And he came in, sat down, and waited for my father to come home.
Who, some Nazi?
3 SS men.
3 SS, okay.
Yeah. And I was standing by the window, and I saw him coming down the street, and I wanted to warn him, but I couldn't. And when he came in and saw the situation, he got frightened, of course. And when they saw that he had blue eyes and was tall, they decided they wanted to take him and show him to their captain. And they took him away. And he didn't come home for like 24 hours. In the meanwhile, my mother was pacing up and down. We were all worried about it. And she remembered a friend that we had that was in the Nazi party that they knew. She called him. And he